Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today's video is about how to bypass a heater core. The vehicle that I'm going to be working on is this 2001 Mustang GT, but the process is very similar for just about any car on the road. So regardless of what you drive, if you want to learn how to bypass your heater core, keep on watching. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to drain some of the coolant, that way I don't make a mess. So what you want to do is locate your drain valve on your radiator. It's going to be at the bottom. In this particular car it's on the passenger side, but in your vehicle it could be on the driver's side. Either way it's going to be on the bottom. I'm going to aim this camera up close to show you where this one is. That way you kind of have an idea what you're looking for. So the drain valve in this car is right there where I'm pointing with this screwdriver. I'm going to use a 3/4 inch wrench to loosen it up and drain some of the coolant. If you don't know where the heater core is located in your vehicle, don't worry, it's very easy to find. All you have to do is look for heater hoses that are going to be leading towards the firewall. And there's going to be two of them, and they're going to be pretty close to each other. In this particular car, they're here on the passenger side. I'm going to bring the camera up close to show you. That way, if you're working on a Mustang, you'll know exactly where they're at. And if you're working on a different vehicle, you'll kind of have an idea what to look for. So let me get this camera close here. These two pipes that you see right here, they're attached to the heater core. Heater core is inside the vehicle. It's like a small radiator that provides warm air for your car during the winter. And as you can tell, this heater core was already bypassed because this car came from Phoenix, Arizona, and the owner didn't think that he needed to have a heater hooked up at all. But the area where I live gets colder during the night, especially in the winter months. So I'm going to hook it back up and I'll show you how he bypassed it. That way you can bypass yours, which was the purpose of this video. I'm just reversing the process. So I'm going to be installing new heater hoses on this car, and this one is the one that he used to bypass the heater core. Where this one is attached is down there, right here where this clamp is. That's where it attaches. Then as the hose curves, it connects to this side of the heater core, right there to the smaller side. So what he did, if you look at this hose right here, he cut the hose right there. Instead of having that loop to connect it to the heater core, he cut it and then he attached it right here, which is the place where the other heater hose comes from. I'll show you. So here's the other heater hose, and it's supposed to be connected right there where he attached the other one as a loop, and it connects to the larger pipe of the heater core. So that's how the hoses are supposed to be connected, but pretty simple. All that he did was disconnect both, remove the bigger one, cut this one, and attach it here. Now this is a 5/8, this is 3/4, so it kind of expanded quite a bit because this diameter is bigger than this one, but it does expand, and as you can tell, he was able to do it and put a clamp. So that's how simple it is to bypass your heater core. You disconnect the hoses and you use one of them to route it. That way the coolant, instead of going in and out of the heater core, it just makes a loop on the hose itself. Now if you're having a hard time trying to slide a 5/8 hose on a 3/4 inch nipple, there are adapters that when you cut the hose, it allows you to put a 5/8 on one end, and you can put a section of the bigger hose, which is 3/4, and connect the 3/4 here. So you can do it either way. Buy the adapter from 5/8 to 3/4 and hook a 3/4 hose right there, or do what he did, just force the 5/8 on the 3/4 inch nipple. So here's another thing to consider. The hoses that are attached to the majority of the newer heater cores, just like this Mustang, they have quick connects. The hoses were already disconnected, so I cannot show you right there and do it, but this is what the disconnect tool looks like. So here's the quick disconnect up close. As you can tell, it opens up, and this is so you can slide it over the pipe from behind, and as you slide it in, it opens the clips of the quick disconnect. That way you can just slide the quick disconnect out. As you can tell, the heater core in this car was already bypassed, so I cannot show you directly on them, but that's why I'm bringing the tool so you can see what it looks like. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the heater hose that was cut and install the new ones. And I'm not going to install quick disconnect fittings because the aftermarket hoses don't come with them. You actually have to buy the fittings separately and attach them to the hoses. But because the diameter is the same, I'm just going to use hose clamps. So if all you needed to know is how to bypass your heater core, this is all you need to watch. And just remember, fill your coolant and bleed all the air out before you drive it on the road. If you want to see how I'm going to connect these hoses without the quick disconnects, then just continue watching. So here's how the hoses look like connected with regular hose clamps and no quick disconnect fittings. Just like that. So there you have it. Now you know how to bypass the heater core, and you also know how to eliminate the quick disconnect fittings and just install the heater hoses with clamps. So what needs to be done, obviously stop the cooling system to the full mark, put the lid on, and start the engine, allow it to run for a few minutes. Watch the temperature gauge. If you start going past half, then you need to turn it off. Allow it to cool down, put some more coolant, and repeat this process until the gauge stays in the middle or in the normal. And that's pretty much it. That's all it takes to bypass a heater core or get rid of the quick disconnect fittings on your vehicle. Thanks for watching today's video. See you next time.